Okay. How do we start off with okay? I don't know why. I was talking about 151 rum because I saw a license plate that said 11151. And the triple numbers are always considered to be very powerful angel numbers. So if we look at 11151 as an angel number, it seems to be talking about, well, I have to look up what they say angel number 111 means. I'm going to guess it means something to do with new beginnings. Or I got a honk on that. And 51 is also an angel number, and I don't know offhand what it is. I've been seeing angel number 50 quite a bit, and I don't really think it has anything to do with Area 51 at all. Because Area 51 to me sounds like a place of high negativity because it has to do with military, and everyone knows military is all about use of force. But what about militaries like the New Model Army? The New Model Army was described in the movie called The Men Who Stare at Goats. And it was going to be a kind of well, they were going to be perhaps soldiers that meditated and had very high levels of presence. So perhaps, a Jedi in Star Wars could be considered something like that. I haven't heard any updates as to this, it was a joke. It was an internet joke that went on about storming Area 51 to see if there really were underground cities and aliens in there. I don't know. Okay, so then I was starting to talk about marijuana. I'm seeing a lot of 77s, and I've been seeing 77s on license plates quite a bit. So I have to look that up. I just saw a license plate that says Gramameel. So it sounds like Gramamine. Isn't Gramamine? I don't know. I was thinking of Dramamine, which is that stuff that you take for upset stomach, and chamomile, like chamomile tea, but Gramameel. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. Some of these license plates are very funny. Okay, so I was talking about marijuana, and I was talking about bushweed. And bushweed is basically the bottom of the barrel. There's some other names that maybe I'll get to. But if you've got bushweed, will it give you marijuana effects? Probably. What's the problem with bushweed? It probably smells like it's rotten, maybe not rotten, but mildewy. In other words, it's just, it's got a smell of mold and mildew about it. So, and it's true that even when scientists that, I'm not sure if it was Health Canada, but it was something to do with, because of the legalization of marijuana in Canada, that scientists had been analyzing various batches of marijuana, and they found that it does indeed have quite often contaminants in it. And I don't remember the exact study who did it, but I'm pretty sure it was definitely to do with Canadian legalization, and I'm going to guess it was mold. I'm not sure about mildew, but it was stuff that shouldn't be in there. And if you're getting bushweed, basically, or ditchweed that grows in the ditch, because it's true that in some places, Jamaica, maybe people throw the seed into the ditches because they just want to have it growing everywhere. And I don't know, maybe some of it's decent, but anyway, that's really the low end stuff. It doesn't smell very good. Maybe it's too dried out. Usually the connoisseurs like stuff that's not wet. It's supposed to be cured, which means somewhat dried, but they like it to have some moisture content in it and a nice green smell to it. Anyway, this all started about because I saw Triple 151, and I don't know if there's a decent 151, Bacardi maybe, but the thing is that 151 rum doesn't have a good taste to it. It's really the nice flavor that you get in rum 40% by alcohol. There's a nice taste to it. You mean definitely a rum taste to it. But when you get up to 151, it seems to have lost the characteristic flavor. And you can take 151 and you can pour it into a small cup and take your lighter and it will ignite. So it's such high alcohol content. I suppose, I don't know if that explains it, but it does burn. So you have to really dilute it a lot. So what's the point of 151 rum? You can make a zombie, which is, I don't know, 3 types of rum. I don't see the point in 151 rum, other than you're going to spike a punch or something and you want to get it drunk. But the thing is, it doesn't have a good flavor. So once again, I come back to my last talk about, in the United States, most of the bar rum that comes out of the gun is shitty tasting. It's really shitty. And, you know, everyone knows that drinks in the United States, compared to places like Canada or Europe, are dirt cheap. So if it's already really cheap, and if you're an American, you have no idea how expensive booze is in Canada and European countries, unless you visited there. And my friend just came back from Paris, and he said you can't get a bottle of beer for less than $10 in Paris. So, I mean, you're very lucky to have cheap booze in some ways, if you know, as long as you're not an alcoholic, and I suppose that's a whole other story. But, you know, if you're, you know, a social drinker, because your drinks are so, now I got a 333. I'm seeing a lot of triple numbers. I'm just standing here at the mall and watching the cars drive by. So I'm getting a lot of triple numbers, and you can look up triple numbers under angel numbers, and you see that they're definitely significant. Why do I see so many? Because I've got a mission. I have a purpose. And my purpose is primarily to be here, according to some people. In other words, whatever my frequency vibration is, it helps to raise the collective consciousness on the planet. And as far as things that I do, does it have much significance? I don't normally think so, no. I think it's primarily just my frequency. So, what else was I going to talk about? We were talking about 151 rum. Your cheap drinks in the United States. If I were you and I was either visiting the States or, you know, someone who was able to acquire drinks, please don't get obliteratedly drunk. Please drink responsibly is usually the tagline that the government of Canada puts out on billboards. Makes the liquor companies say a lot of the time. Maybe they don't make them, but it's very commonly used phrase, please drink responsibly. In other words, don't get stinking drunk. And, you know, typically what you see in the movies are people lining up shots. Let's do shots, and they'll do, I don't know, 2 or 3 shots, and then they'll power down 2 or 3 beers. You're going to get obliteratedly drunk. And, well, I don't know, everyone knows what happens with nasty drunks. I mean, either you're going to end up ralphing in the bar, or you're going to end up getting into altercation with somebody because you're incoherent and you're bothering people. What's the point of getting stinking drunk? The point of drinking responsibly, well, to lower your social inhibitions, if you have a drink, following it up with a club soda. Someone else said, you are your own liquor control board. The bars are strangely, in Canada, you are not supposed to get drunk in a bar, and bartenders are, under law, not allowed to serve you to the point of intoxication. But it happens all the time. Why? Well, in a busy bar, perhaps they can't keep track of all the customers. In a quiet bar, I don't know. Because the bartenders quite often have to help the bouncers eject you after you're too drunk. So why did they overserve you in the first place? It's illogical to me. What else were we talking about? 151 rum. And we were talking about what else to do with... Well, if you're an American in a bar, for God's sake, pay a little bit more and get a decent top shelf drink. And enjoy your drink. Enjoy the taste of it. Don't snort it down. And if you have to have alcohol, try and limit yourself to 1 drink every hour to 2 hours. That way you won't get drunk. And okay, now oh, it's the same truck. He just came back again. It's a 333. So anyway, I'll leave you with that. And I do encourage you to go to Angel Numbers. Just type it in your internet search engine. Any triple number. You go with 111. 111, and then type in Angel Number and see what you get. And you can use more than one website. There are more than one Angel Number website for you to look at. And if you find that the angel numbers are encouraging you to do something you're not already doing, it's because you're doing something incorrect. And if you find that when you read the angel number that, well, I already do this, I'm already like this, then, it just means you're on your path. And they're just confirming you're on your path. So either way, do check in with your symbology. And as far as Gramo meal, that weird license plate, gram a mile, grandma a mile, gram of something, gram a mile tea, grandma's chamomile tea. I don't know, nothing works with that one. But keep looking at license plates. We call it bumper stumpers after an old, very cheesy game show. Bumper stumpers. And that's all I got for you today. I'm Silent Bob, standing here next to the fire door and the fire route sign. I don't have a J. I don't have Silent Bob and J here. And I'm not very silent, but I am Bob. And no, I don't have any marijuana. Nor do I have any 151 booze, etc., etc.